Best Super Bowl recipe. Oh, I actually want to see this.
The best part about Super Bowl Sunday isn't actually the football.
It's the food.
Hold on, Nick. Pump the brakes.
So we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. And I know you don't typically get to sit down for a Super Bowl feast, but if you did and it was a big cheat day, what would be on the list?
Wings, pizza, nachos, buffalo chicken dip, pigs in a blanket, maybe some guac, maybe even a nice chili. Time to get cooking, Nick. Get to work.
I'll stand by what I said. I'll take food over football any day. We're gonna start by making buffalo wings, then work our way through some simple and delicious recipes,
and nachos on Super Bowl Sunday.
Poppers. One of my personal favorites that Tom forgot to mention. Oh, before I start, go subscribe so we can catch Gordon. Tom subscribed, so you should too. To start our buffalo wings, we'll start with 3 pounds of wingettes and drumettes. I've always preferred drums over flats, but you can argue in the comments below.
Flats are 10 times better than drums. 100%. There's no competition. Flats are 10 times better. It has more meat. It has more flavor. It's just 10 times better. I'm sorry. Flats are all the way to go.
And then we'll cover these with equal parts buttermilk, which not only gives flavor, but breaks down the protein in those wings to make them more
That's actually really
and pickle
good.
juice, which will give us even more flavor. I'll stir this up and then let these sit while we make our buffalo sauce. As for the buffalo sauce, we'll be taking the recipe straight out of my new cookbook. I mean, tell me that doesn't look good. For our buffalo sauce, we'll start by measuring out 2/3 cup of hot sauce. You can use whatever kind you like. We'll follow this with 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of Worcester. Damn it.
Okay. For anything, what is the best wing flavor? For me, I love mango habanero, or I really fuck with lemon pepper. Those are the best ones, for my opinion.
1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire. Can someone help me pronounce this?
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. I think that's how you say it. Give me a second. All right, we're back.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire.
Aww.
Then gently stir over medium heat until the mixture begins to bubble.
What did you do?
Transfer it into a blender, and then with the blender turned up to medium speed, slowly add in 1/2 cup of cold cubed butter. Pour your buffalo sauce into a heat-proof bowl. It's like such a nice thick emulsion. Ooh. And to finish, season with a pinch of ground cayenne pepper, a touch of garlic powder, and last but not least, a little pinch of salt. Whisk it all up, give it one.
I'm definitely going to miss her. That's crazy. I'm definitely going to save this recipe and try it out one day.
Last taste and set it aside. To finish the wings, toss them in a separate bowl, shaking off some of the excess buttermilk and pickle juice in the process. And once you've transferred them, pour over a light dusting of potato starch and another light dusting of all-purpose flour. If you don't have potato starch, you can feel free to use only all-purpose flour. It just makes them a bit crispier. And finish with a tablespoon of baking powder and a few seasonings of your choice. Don't forget a sprinkle of salt. This right here is the lazy way to make wings. Normally you'd have a series of separate bowls to dredge the wings, but I find this to be much faster and it works just as well. Once the oil is a bit above
for a game day night, you really want to make the wings as fast as possible, but you do not want to make them sloppy. They need to be good, because if the wings are crap, people are going to be pissed.
350 Fahrenheit.
People are already going to be mad that their team's not in the Super Bowl.
Bake them at 450 Fahrenheit on a baking sheet for about 25 minutes, then flip them and cook them the rest of the way through for another 25 minutes on the other side. For now, we'll let these go for about 5 to 7 minutes. Once your wings are nice and golden brown and crispy, transfer them to a resting rack so we can drip off all that excess oil. Look at that crispiness, Manny. I know you'd eat that.
I will.
Then immediately hit them with a nice pinch of salt. Before you coat your wings in buffalo sauce, take a moment to admire the crisp. To finish, toss your wings into a bowl. Listen to that crunch. I gotta test one real quick.
Please, please. Oh!
Way better than football. Then coat them in as much of your homemade
That just sounds like fucking fried chicken.
And make sure
that sounded so good.
These wings aren't gonna last more than just a few minutes coming out of your kitchen. Serve them with buffalo sauce, ranch, or whatever your heart desires. We'll move on now to our buffalo chicken dip. This recipe will also use our homemade buffalo sauce. But to start, we need 2 cups of
buffalo chicken dip sounded so good.
Shredded chicken meat, which I'm gonna get from this rotisserie chicken. This right here is a quick and easy hack to shredding.
What's the best place to get rotisserie chicken? For me, Rouse's. Rouse's has the best rotisserie chicken ever. Rouse's is so good. That's my opinion. Costco got a good spot too, not gonna lie. But Rouse's is so good for me. I love the Rouse's rotisserie chicken. It's so good, 100%. And I also love the fried chicken that they sell there. So fucking good.
Shredding chicken fast. Once the chicken's shredded, add in a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 3/4 cup buffalo sauce, and 1/2 cup ranch dressing. Mix this all up until well combined.
I miss her.
Get up. You're fired.
I miss her.
He's
He's fired. That's
then
funny.
press it all out and top with another cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Place this in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Once that buffalo chicken dip is nice and golden brown, go ahead and make sure to dive in immediately.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was mashed potatoes when he showed it at first. But then when he said it was a dip, I was like, ooh, okay.
The kind of cheese pull you gotta be looking for. It doesn't get any easier than this, and it most
That
certainly
looks
doesn't
so
get any
good.
easier.
Oh, she'll do.
I mean, it's cheese and chicken. You can't go wrong with that, especially for a fucking Sunday night football main event type of thing. That's a good side piece.
Just fine.
And I
Next
love
up,
side
there's
pieces.
nothing like a cast iron pan pizza on game day. Because these recipes are quick and easy, we're working with pre-made dough, which is nothing
A little
to be
too
ashamed
dry.
of. To begin, take that dough
I mean,
and lay it out
flavors,
on a flour
everything's-
work surface. For a standard
you have
pre-made
to
dough,
try
you'll
it.
probably get about 2 pizzas out of it. Start by working your dough and spreading it out so that it'll fit the bottom of your cast iron. It'll make your life a lot easier if your dough is already room temperature. Once your dough's rolled out, place a cast iron skillet over
Okay, pan fried pizza is pretty good, but it's not better than flat thin pizza. Okay, I think that's the best pizza. Flat bread pizza is so much better. It's a dip, not a spread. You're right. You're right. I mean, it's cheese and chicken though. It's nothing crazy.
medium heat, then fill it with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Lay your dough into the cast iron, then let it cook just a few minutes, carefully lifting the edge every so often to check that it's getting golden brown. Once the bottom is golden brown, start by adding a nice layer of pizza sauce.
I don't know, this
spreading it
doesn't look good
evenly
to me.
across the top.
This
Then
does
go
not
across
look
with
good to
some
me.
shredded mozzarella cheese. You can
I don't
certainly
really
use
like
pre-shredded
pan
if you like,
pizza.
but this is going to taste and melt better. And finish it off with
It's
the
too
toppings of
doughy
your
for me.
choice. I'm just going to use a few slices of pepperoni. We'll
It
put
looks a
this
little
into
too
the oven
doughy,
at
in my opinion.
500 degrees Fahrenheit, keeping an eye on it until the cheese is fully melted. And once that happens, turn it to a broil until the top is golden brown.
I
This
like my
pizza right here
thin
is better
pizzas. I
and
don't really
faster
like
than
doughy
anything
pizza.
you could order on delivery. And
Doughy
yes,
pizza's
it
like-
definitely out-pizzas the Hut.
Pizza the Hut, famed half man, half pizza, was found dead earlier today.
Next up, we'll make the
Damn.
easiest recipe of the day, pigs in a blanket. And all you'll need is 1 can of these crescent rolls and then 24 of
doughy?
these average size packs.
Okay, wait. Pigs in a blanket. That's a solid meal. That's a solid, like little snack on the side for that too. But I'll be honest, I've never make those. They look good. I've never had pigs in a blanket for a football like a football event. I've never watched football or any sport event and eating pigs in a blanket. I've had wings. I've had pizza. I've had pasta, but I've never had pigs in a blanket. I feel like pigs in a blanket is just like a little bit more in the bougier side. I mean, I can have corn dogs. I've had corn dogs. Pigs in a blanket, that's a little bit more fancier in my opinion. I've never really had that, especially for a football event or any sport event. It's always been wings or pizza or nachos. You know, it's wing, pizzas, or nachos. Those are the big 3. I make them for a snack. I mean, pigs in a blanket sounds amazing, but I think the big 3 is just wings, pizza, nachos. That's it. You don't need nothing else. That's the best thing for events.
Hot dogs. In all seriousness, though, make sure
Average
to
size
get the little
hot
mini
dogs.
hot dogs. To begin, open up your dough. Oh, I like that. And then roll it flat on your cutting board. Separate them into their pre-cut triangles, then slice each one into 3 portions, trying to keep it as even as you possibly can. Now, at the
You
base
could
of
do them
each
with ham and
crescent
cheese
roll,
too?
place
That
a
sounds
wiener and
fire.
roll it all the way out.
Wiener!
Look something like this. And once they're all laid out, simply bake them for 12 to 15
Wieners!
minutes at 375 Fahrenheit. And just a few minutes later, our pigs in a blanket.
I'm gonna be honest. If you pull this out of a group of people, I'm gonna be pissed. That's enough. I'm gonna be honest. That's probably enough for 1 person. 1, maybe fucking 2. 2 kids. But that's enough for 1 person. That's 8 of them. And that's not a lot. And if you're calling me fat because of that, I'm sorry. If someone brought this out, I'd be like, so where's the rest? Because that's a little bit, but I understand he's doing the video. But if you brought this out and there's like 4 of us watching the game, you're telling me each one of us are getting 2? I'm pissed.
Blanket are complete.
And
They're
hungry.
bite-sized,
And my
fun
team's
to
not
use,
even in the
and
freaking
always a
Super
fan
Bowl.
favorite.
So-
you can dip them in mustard, ketchup.
My favorite player is Barkley.
Did you get that on camera?
That shit's
For the effort
squirting.
that goes into
I
these
miss
pigs
her.
in a blanket, they are extremely juicy and delicious. And the best part is, you can eat them wherever you like.
For like $20.
Speaking of chili, that's of course a Super Bowl classic.
That was
I've
2
already made
pigs
it
in a
this
blanket.
Video here, and there's also a fantastic recipe in the cookbook. But we're gonna keep moving. Next up, we're making sheet pan
Ooh,
nachos.
that looks
They're nothing
good.
like those trash can nachos that _値'Fieri makes, which, as the name suggests, belong right in the trash.
Oh shit.
Start in a pan with 1 pound
Beef,
of ground
beef,
along
beef.
with a pinch of salt and some optional minced garlic. Once the beef mixture is cooked, go ahead and add in 1 packet of taco seasoning, then stir to combine, draining off any excess fat and set it aside. Pour a bag of tortilla chips into a single layer on a baking sheet, then top it evenly with the ground beef mixture, a can of drained.
I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I hate about nachos is that the top layers are the best, but the moment you finish the top layers, it's dog shit. Because the bottom layers don't have enough cheese, don't have enough meat, don't have enough bean, don't have enough sour cream, don't have enough avocado. Like whatever you put on it, they don't have enough anything. Because all the top stuff has it. So that's the only thing that sucks about nachos.
And rinsed
Once you eat the top, it's gone. I need cheese sauce on my nachos. Cheese sauce is pretty good. Ooh, some corn in there. I love corn, so that sounds good to me.
In this instance, we're whipping up a fast, messy, last-minute recipe. Now into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where's the jalapenos?
Once the nachos are done, to finish, I'll add some sour cream, splatter across all my nachos. Do this in whatever mess.
If you don't put sour cream on your nachos, there's something wrong with you, because sour cream on the nachos are 100% mandatory.
Way you'd like. Then same thing with the salsa, splattered across the whole.
Salsa, I can live without. Check your disc, Hunter. I'm gonna check after the video. But salsa, I can live without.
Whole plate of nachos. I like doing it in this messy, rustic sort of way.
If I had a black light, the place would look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
And then to finish, break up a bunch of cilantro leaves and stems. The stems have more flavor than the leaves, so don't waste them. Then, if you like spicy, go ahead and toss on some jalapeno slices. And definitely stick around to see those jalapeno poppers we'll be making soon.
No,
then
those jalapenos
sprinkle
are
across some Roma
fire.
tomato, just to give some nice texture. Then some sliced red onion. And to finish, I like to use a microplane and give some nice lime zest across the entire plate of nachos. And that right there is a good look.
That's crazy, but so much just
After all that hard work, we gotta try some of these. If you're gonna be eating nachos, you'd better make some guacamole to go with it. To start with our guac, we'll open up 3 ripe
100% mandatory.
avocados. This right here is the method I use every time, and you should be doing the same. Just be careful when you go to whack out the pit. I will say though, it does make it a lot easier if your avocados are actually ripe. Then into a mortar, I'll scrape in my 3 avocados. This is more of a traditional way to do it, but you can certainly use a food processor or blender, or even...
No, if you're gonna make avocados, you gotta make it correctly. Do not put it in a fucking blender. I do salsa, guacamole, sour cream, black beans, and fire roasted corn on my nachos. Salsa, I can live without, but sour cream, mandatory. Guac, mandatory. Black bean, mandatory. And then the roasted corn, never done roasted corn. I might need to try that one day.
Even just a bowl with a fork. And then I'll go ahead and mash these up until they've reached my desired consistency. So, if you're looking for a chunky guacamole, make sure not to over-mix your avocado.
What's better, creamy or chunky guacamole? For me, I kind of like it chunky. Don't judge me. I like it chunky like I like myself, okay? It's 100%.
To finish, I'll mix in 1/2 of a diced small yellow onion, 2 diced Roma tomatoes, 3 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh
chunky is a lot better in my opinion.
If you
I
want
feel like
spicy,
creamy, it's just watery.
Garlic, a little pinch of salt, and
chunky is
optionally,
mandatory.
my secret ingredient, a tiny little splash of soy sauce. Don't forget
soy sauce. I've never put soy sauce in my guacamole. But I'm not gonna lie, this guy's a chef. I kind of want to try it now. That seems a little bit weird to put a little bit. He said a little bit of soy sauce, but I kind of like I really do like soy sauce, so might try that one day.
Forget to add a nice big squeeze of lime.
Yep,
And then mix
lemon
it all up.
mandatory.
Guacamole comes in all shapes and sizes, but I'll tell you right now, it doesn't get any
Oh, that
better
looks
than this.
really good.
Now
I
for
put
our
lime and
last
jalapenos.
recipe of the day,
Jalapenos
the
is really
one
good.
thing Tom forgot to
If you
mention,
like spice.
bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. Whenever I'm working with
I'm gonna be honest. I might be Hispanic. I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, Guatemalan. Jalapeno poppers, I don't really care for them. I think they're pretty mediocre. A lot of people like them. I think jalapeno poppers are pretty mediocre. I can live without it. If there's one meal in the whole world I can live without, it would be this. They're like, they're okay. I mean, it's just bacon and pepper. That's all it is, and a little bit of sour cream. But like, bacon to me is mediocre. It's decent. Somebody might hate me in the comments for that, but bacon is okay. Okay, I can live without bacon. I can live without this. I can't live without sour cream. Sour cream is fucking magnifico. but I can live without this.
With jalapenos, I always use love.
I think everything he made today was amazing, but this one, I can live without it. I can live without it.
To peel out the seeds and
Honestly.
membrane. I used to be afraid of jalapenos until I realized that they're really not that spicy.
Oh yeah, one fun fact. Jalapenos are not spicy. It's the seeds. If you cook the jalapenos with the seeds, it is spicy. If you cook it by itself, it's just like eating green pepper. It's just with a little bit of a kick. But not even a little bit of kick. It just has a little bit of like a different texture to it. But they're not. Apples would smoke bacon. I mean, I never really cared for bacon, but that does sound good. I'm not gonna lie. I heard maple bacon's pretty good too. I might try that one day.
When I'm cutting something spicy like this or anything that's going to contaminate the cutting board, I like to use a separate cutting board that's going to be easier to rinse off. Hence the little mini cutting board we're using for this. And once we've cleaned 6 jalapenos, I'll go in with a 1/4 cup of cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese.
Oh, it's not even sour cream, it's cream cheese. I really don't like jalapeno peppers, so I really didn't know the ingredients.
Mix it up until well combined, then fill up your jalapenos just like this. And once they've all been filled, lay down a strip of bacon and then carefully wrap up your poppers. They should look something like this. Repeat this same process with your...
I have paused this video a lot. I do apologize. I'm not gonna lie. Some people like deep frying them. I think that's a little too much. I think just eating them how they are right there is perfectly enough. I think once you deep fry it, it's a little too much grease in my opinion. Whole Foods have bacon bar. Wow, I've never been to Whole Foods. That's a little bougie to me.
400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 35 minutes or until crispy.
Are they supposed to smell like that?
Oh, funny you should ask. You may be wondering why I had you cut off the tops of the jalapeno poppers, and here's why. When some of that cheese spills out, it caramelizes on the baking sheet as it cooks. So while most people will leave the tops on, I like to go...
Not gonna lie. When cheese caramelizes, it's so much better. I don't know why it is, but when it has that little crisp to it, it is better.
Go ahead and then scoop all of that cheese off.
You're gonna put it back in?
And place it right back into the popper. That will give us a unique, beautifully caramelized flavor.
This guy's thinking. This is why he's a fucking chef, and I'm just a microwave fucking chef, okay? He's an actual chef, and I'm a microwave wizard. That's all it is.
Here is a cheesy, flavorful, and delicious jalapeno popper.
Jalapeno poppers are mediocre though. I'm sorry. Maybe I would like to try his pepper, but at the end of the day, I don't really care for it. I think it's pretty mediocre. He ate it from the bottom. He even bit the bacon. What the heck? Wait, look at his bite. It's pretty weak. No bacon. No bacon. No bacon in that bite. No bacon. He just ate pure pepper and cheese.
If you learned something or enjoyed it,
I'm sorry. That face, I gotta say it again. Look at his face. That does not look like a face that says so good. Okay? They is cheese. You can trade your bread cheese. Wow, I did not know about that. But that face right there does not say so good. I'm sorry. He is lying out of his ass. That does not look like so good. Okay? It's either I burned the hell out of my mouth, or this is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my mouth. Because jalapeno poppers, I'm sorry, it's disgusting. I don't like it. It's mediocre at best. It's mediocre at best. It's not a freaking top. It's not an S tier snack or S tier game night snack. That is definitely a D tier or F tier in my opinion. Okay, like that face does not say eat this. It says, I'm doing this for the video.
If you learned something or enjoyed any of the food today, please go subscribe.
That looks disgusting. But hey, at the end of the day, people like what they like. They like to eat what they eat. Food is food, okay? People have a different taste palette for every situation. In my opinion, the nachos looked good, but the wings were my favorite thing out of this whole list. I don't like pan-fried pizza. I kind of like Firestone oven pizza, or I like thin bread pizza. When it comes to wings, I do like them crispy, but sometimes I love it wet. I love it wet. Wet wings are the best wings. So, yeah. But if you guys did like the video, make sure you guys like and share and tell me your favorite Super Bowl or sport event snacks. And if you guys can, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Remember to keep on hunting, and I love you guys. Mwah. Okay, hunters. So YouTube thinks you might like this next video. So click here and find out.